I'd say I have a really big advantage at 170 as long as I come in, to a good 70 to 80% of my ability, which is tough. I've come in with less than that before. I've never really amounted to 100%. I think on my way out to a fight, I can say I've been pretty close here and there. I've looked pretty good here and there, but I've really never been out there like a whole full 100%. So for me, I think I can always amount to, regardless of the weight class and who I'm fighting and what my potential physical abilities, regardless of weight, I think I'm going to be healthier and stronger, of course. And I'm always going to come out at a minimum of 85. If I'm healthy and uninjured and all that good stuff, I'm always going to come out of a good 85% feeling good because I'm just not just cutting less weight. And the thing is, if I have the right type of time and preparation and team behind me to get down to my optimal weight and my optimal training and there's the right stuff, I'm going to do it. I'm going to look better than I'm going to look at 185 pounds. We can more so guarantee that I'm going to come in at least feeling half good. For the most part, that's what my take is, and that from the last two times I've fought there that way. So that's
part of your question. How do you beat Anderson Silva?
Keep your head on your shoulders, and I got to go. We're gonna have to find that out. That's a lot of times that's what I'm here for from the beginning, and a lot of times by the time I go out there to fight, I'm almost curious to find out. People are like, "Are you excited?" No, but I do want to know, how I'm going to get through this. So we're going to go see.
Do you get excited though when you roll into Vegas and there's a billboard that's 5 stories high with your head on it? I mean, does that give you any kind of like, all right, that's kind of cool?
It's been happening though since I was like 24.
So you're used to it then, Nick.
I'm used to billboards, and people don't notice those billboards. I can walk past all these, a lot of times fight fans, they know. People that watch fighting, sports fans sometimes they recognize, but they're like, they can't. It takes them too long to figure it out before. So it's not like, but yeah, when you're running around with your friends and you're like, hey, you guys aren't on the billboard. That's yeah, of course, that's cool. Sure. It was cool one time I got off the airplane and I was boom. So.
They build this thing as two legends, you and Anderson. Do you ever look at yourself as a legendary fighter? I mean, you're at that stage now.
Some of the guys I beat, some of the guys I fought in the past, like that.
How do you view yourself?
I don't know. I take like a consistent perspective of myself. It's like a moving object. You're trying to I really don't know because I'm always on the move. I'm always on the go. So the way I see myself, I don't know. It's from day to day. I got to get through today before I make a judgment. Like what's what.
Are you refreshed at all after the time away? It seemed like before you stepped away, you were kind of burned out on the sport.
Sure, yeah. You get burned out after fighting too many fights, too much. I was supposed to fight Georges St-Pierre 2 fights before I got. If I'd have fought him when I was supposed to fight him, he would have got worked. Ain't no way he'd have won. There's no way. And he hurt his leg. Dude, I'm like, lucky you hurt your leg. I was ready to fight right about then. By the time I got the fight, I don't care. You're gonna fight Georges. Do you want to do this? You want to do this, man? I'm like, whatever. Like right now, to be honest with you, like at that point in time, I really did not care. Had it gone either way, I had already gone through it with the whole press conference. Oh, hey, sorry you lost the fight. And I'm like what? Like whatever, like.
Well, what fight did you care the most about?
Huh?
What fight in your career have you cared the most about?
I think I was going to fight a guy named Scott Bills before I fought Chris Lytle. Chris Lytle's a good fighter, but I was going to fight Scott Bills, and he didn't show up. Jake Shields was supposed to fight Chris Lytle. Jake Shields got like real bad infection in his leg. It blew up. It's disgusting, huge. So like, man, Jake, what happened to your leg? And so anyways, I was gonna fight Scott Bills though, and I was, the guy looked good. Looked like he was real. I don't know who he is nowadays or what, but he looked real good. I was gonna fight him my second fight ever, I think. Yeah, my second fight ever. And then he put, hey man, you're gonna have to believe in yourself and fight this dude. He's at 23, Caesar. So it put me in that fight. It was I shouldn't even been fighting that dude, but I had a good night, and we went from there.
What about the layoff How is it? Have you ever gone that, almost 2 years?
No, you know, it was. There's, like I said, there's some ups and downs with that, but I feel for me like it was probably a good thing. You know, I just had too much fights for. You could say, okay, all these, I'm gonna fight this. I wouldn't feel right about fighting guys that I know I'm gonna win. I never had a fight I know I'm gonna win. Never had a fight. Of course, whoever's ever thought I was gonna win. Strikeforce had a few fights where people were like, thought I was gonna win. I'm like, great, now they think I'm gonna win. I'm supposed to win. This dude's like, it's his Rocky story. Like, put that into perspective. I'm like, now that am I supposed to win? I'm like, I've already was supposed to win all these times. I'm not doing that much better than I was the last time. And this guy, it's like his fight of his life. So even the guys that had like a smaller name than me, it was like their biggest shot ever. And people don't take that into consideration. So every time I was fighting somebody like that, every time, I never had no chumps. The only person you don't know who I was when I fought Mike Wicks. This guy, I don't know who he is. I don't know. It's the first guy I ever fought. And that guy's Scott Bills. But guess what? I didn't fight Scott Bills. The switch got flipped, and then I fought Chris Lytle, and then I'm fighting Joe Hurley and all these people I don't know all of a sudden, and then I'm going to Japan, and that was that. Now we're here.
You fight